Hey everybody, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 14. Another game by Cookies in Group D here. And if you recall, he managed to win the 2-0 against Void Warrior, although the second game was actually pretty close. Now he faces Coerced, who we've seen on the channel before, but a long time ago, if I recall. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays. I like the poop stain colors, it's very nice. And let's check our info.txt, which we have been provided. It is going to be the Gaussian Mirror, of course. Looks like for both games, in fact. But Cookies has the map pick for Game 1, and Coerced has it for Game 2. So Cookies going to be taking Kartoba here. And guys, wouldn't it be cool? I just realized I didn't mention this in the last game. But, you know. Imagine if you could drive on top of the Kartoba. Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun. That'd be so much fun. Look, I'm inside the Kartoba. Imagine if you could drive inside the Kartoba. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. Let's see what the builds are going to be. This is probably... no, he's got Sandscreamer Fabs. I don't know. Yeah, right? Like, you ride up with an LAV. You know, that'd be freaking sick. You know? This might pose problems though. See what's like fractured here? I feel like you'd be able to drive up this way, but then if you went back, you'd get stuck. I think that somebody actually tried to like change the blockers so that you could drive inside of it, but it turned out to be in it. It was not like on top of it. And then also nobody ever had line of sight if they were inside there. So. Oh well, it was worth a try. Seems like we were looking for like a ref mode first build from Coerced, but he's actually going into Skim Fab very late here, and he has the base runner still. So this is going to be pretty delayed. Cookies is already at his door with a bunch of skims. Well, yeah, that was the thing. You could like drive the carrier into there, but then it would like never be targetable, so it was a way to become invulnerable, I guess. Yeah, base runner is going to fall here. It's always nice to use the heal to buy a little bit of time, but he's not going to do that, so that's unfortunate. Sandscreamer Fab is done here, and so Coerced could well be building them if he chose to. Well, I don't know, the light is blinking, but I don't think that means he's actually building anything, so... yeah, it'd be good to get some units here and defend yourself. But he's just not interested. He'll go up to Assault Ship Tech instead. Alright. There we go, we got the first skim on the cube. And Railgun Fab for Cookies being started now. So yeah, it looks like this is just going to be a pretty straight up Railgun rush here. And Coerced is really not in a position to defend against this. He's waited far too long. So now things are going to start getting dangerous. Since we got a little bit of a lull in the action while things get set up, I'm going to check who was in Group D actually. It's No Fun is in here. Oh, okay. I see. Void Warrior, of course, Coerced. Yeah, this is kind of a stacked group then, isn't it? So, every game really matters. Honestly, I feel like in Jaraci Cup 14, none of the groups aren't stacked, which is kind of interesting. But maybe Group C is like the easiest one to get out of, but... Yeah, Coerced does have a couple of assault chips building now. This is going to be tough because Cookies already has the heavy railgun on the way, and that's, you know, that's where things start getting to be like threats of ending the game, not just doing some eco damage. And Coerced just doesn't really have any answer to this. Looks like he's actually teching the interceptors off of one base. This is a little bit dangerous to do, especially because if your opponent is attacking with the PC, they have this anti-air up in the front line, so it's really difficult to actually get anything done there. Assault Ship gonna get tagged by the Sunder from the railgun as well, and that is gonna fall. The Sandscreamers will jump on this. They know the window here. So all of the army is gone. Yeah, I have to agree with Just Carrier. This does not really seem very winnable anymore. If I were Cookies, I wouldn't even build an assault railgun. I'd just go for heavies. PC falls, that's, you know, that ain't good. And this isn't Con F either, where you can hope for like a miracle missile hit and end the game like that. You really are just dead, so... Let me check the resources tab here. Coerced will have the money for an interceptor, but he's not going to be able to really get anything done with it. It's true, yeah, it's true, but it's not going to do too much for him either, I don't think. And yeah, look at that. You can see the armor break landing on the carrier. That's good. Hooray! I wonder if that means, like, do sands... No, sand skimmers are not going to hurt it still. If they had damage 2, though, doesn't the damage upgrade increase their damage by 2? Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, here comes that interceptor, but like I said, it's going to be really, really difficult to get any damage to stick because you have to be so careful about not dying. Oh. For the hero, there is no death. Anyway, he does fall, so... The litany turned out to not be true. He's dead, alright. Anyway, yeah, this carrier is not going to be long-lived for the world. Skadoosh. Pretty quick win there, 6 minutes for cookies. And we'll jump into game 2. Yeah, I think for Coercer, you really need to be going for some... Like, it didn't seem like he had much of a plan in the early game. You need to be going for either economy or for like, attack, right? Say what? No, you can. If you win, like... The thing is, the ties are resolved based on the initial seeding. So if you tied, say, with, like, Sikai Jian or something, yeah, you would go to lower bracket, but... Who's in our group again? It's you and I, Sikai Jian, and then Cao Shmao, yeah. Yeah, no, if you win, like, if you win enough games, you just make up a bracket. It's not about, the initial seeding. But it does resolve ties, so... yeah, it depends. If they... like, if you get 4 points, you're guaranteed to enter. If you get 3 points, and Sikai Jian also gets 3 points, then he would win. Same with, like, Cao Shmao. So... What you want to meme in the lower bracket, well, there's always throwing, you know, but... We don't talk about that. Very naughty. Yeah, 4 points always guarantees someone makes it to upper bracket. With 3 points, you can make it to upper bracket if the other guy got 6. I think that's the way that it works. So, but I believe if you have 3 points and the other guy doesn't have 6, like if he has 5 even, or if he has 4, then if you are the lower seed to start with, you always win the tiebreaker and make it up, and if you're the higher seed, you always lose the tiebreaker and get dropped to lower bracket. Pretty sure that's how it works. Ref mode finishes for cookies, by the way, so he is going to be changing things up. Yeah, it's looking that way, but I don't think that's actually guaranteed yet, but it would have to be a pretty weird upset for you to make it. Like, I think... Marchwadden and A-Game tied, which is actually the worst case scenario for somebody else getting in, because if the two favorites tie for each other, now the threshold to make it is not going to be... like 4 points, it's going to be 5, right? Although Group A is different because it has 5 people, so you can get 8 points instead of 6. But still, that's a lot. So what you would need to have happen is for like Bajir Pak 2 to basically just ace the entire bracket. And then you would actually have a chance of making it over one of the other guys, but it's unlikely. I think that Darth Saban would also need to beat them. So yeah, it would be quite a surprise. I'll put it that way. Looks like the first scuffle's gonna happen here. Coercer does have the unit advantage, so he's gonna kill the Sand Skimmer from cookies. I guess since I was doing the calculus before, I ought to mention, since Cookies is at 3 points already, because he just beat Coercer, I think he's already guaranteed an upper bracket slot, being the lowest seed of the group, right? Well, I am just paying the money out of my own pocket, so if someone doesn't contact me, it just means that I don't have to pay it. So yeah, I guess. I suppose it's kind of the same difference, huh? Of course, we're gonna get an extraction out, by the way. Scouting skim for Cookies, gonna see what's going on over here, but Ref mode is not done, and actually he's taking power 1 too. So that's a little bit interesting. But he's taking some nice trades up here, so... If I were coerced though, I really would not do power 1. This is something that you do when you're being attacked, or if you're in the late game trying to power up your carrier. Ref mode is much, much better, because you really want that money. Still though, he's trading quite nicely here, so he's actually going to win the skimmer battles and gain some tempo on the map. However, this assault chip pops, and that's going to force him to leave. And Coercer again with the very early interceptor tech is what he did last game. Yeah, it looks like this is really the same build as last game, which is curious because it's a very, very different game state where your opponent's not rushing you. But the problem is Cookies is looking to get up to 3 base here, and that ain't good, you know? if you're on 1 base and your opponent is on 3, there's like a timer for you to just straight up lose. Like, eventually, even if you're microing a lot better than your opponent, he's just gonna smack you with the wallet and you'll lose the game. So, okay, there we go. Ref mode is on the way. That's good, but it should have been a lot earlier. Still though, better late than never. And he will have the interceptors, so maybe he can do something with that. Salvager taking some fire on this side here. It's always nice to quick drop these guys right before they die if you can. Yeah, actually Cookies has done it, although it's a little bit early. Could bring this assault chip over too, though, and that would help a lot. Oh, is he gonna do the thing? He gets the retire off, alright, so he actually retains like 75% of the cost of it. Only downside to this is that, like, in Jaraci, you always drop off in increments of 5, so that 2 is gonna be on the resource bar forever. Oh, terrible. But still, nicely done. You love to see it. You love to see it. Oh my gosh, I thought that base runner was still alive, actually. You know what this reminds me of, strangely enough? Is I was playing Death Rally the other day, and I killed someone, and then they ran into a wrench, and they were, like, revived. I thought that was happening to this base runner. That's a good game, by the way. Anyway, looks like Cookies will clear out his 3rd base here. And he will set it up. No, it's not DOK, that's true. Meanwhile, though, he's killing the 2nd base here, and that's not good either. But the interceptors are, like, done. The 3rd one is building. Thing is, this is not Konef, so you do see the interceptor tech finished here. It's a little hard to see on Firebase Crow, actually, because the map is dark, but this light really gives away that something is building there, too. So he should know, and if you're a Coercer and you get seen like that, I always like to just launch immediately because you say, okay, yeah, the window to do damage with these interceptors will be shrinking, so let's just go now and see what we can get done. And, you know, you can probably kill salvagers on the 2nd base where the carrier is, like, there's not really any defense against that. Cookies is getting interceptor tech, though, so yeah, this is a window that will close eventually. You want to use it sooner rather than later. I would even tech Afterburner for this and just launch them right now. He's gonna launch, and we'll see what he gets done. Thing is, he's feeling a lot of pressure on the map, so he may use these defensively, which is always a little bit sad. He has assault chip tech. You could build those instead. Yeah, it looks like Coercer is gonna be coerced to using the interceptors to try and fight off these assault chips. And yeah, it's true, the base runner did go down, so... The thing is, I don't think that these interceptors will even kill off the assault chip with their last volley. Yeah, not quite. You can use a Salvager Depth Pack to finish this off. But you gotta build some ground army. This is the reason why. Actually, this one skimmer may be able to do the job. That's a little bit surprising, but yeah, look at that. Well, he is taking 1 damage per shot, so I take it all back. This thing is gonna kill it very slowly. Oh, are these salvagers gonna survive? They do! Oh, just barely. That was close. Missile ship tech finishes for Cookies as well. So when it comes to an air war, whoever has the missile ships is really in a good position. And he's gonna go precision bomber fab, so... You know, get ready, this is gonna be painful. The interceptors are coming across though, and maybe Coercer looks to do some eco damage now. It looks like instead he's gonna focus the assault chip here. Base runner gets a bit of chip damage on this interceptor, which really sticks, because interceptors are quite fragile. And now Cookies will launch himself. Still, no afterburner on either side. That's a really good upgrade. I would definitely go for it here. It would be nice to use base runner heal here as well because it can help keep the assault ships alive. But here come the interceptors. Oh, this is where you like to have afterburner. However, once these things dock, now there's a window where actually the interceptors that couldn't dock are really vulnerable to getting killed. They didn't shoot. What the heck? That was weird. Is he out of ammo or something? Why did that happen? No, he's definitely not out of ammo. Well, that was weird. Maybe he like over-microed them, but I've never seen that happen before. Well, we'll chalk it up to the will of Sejuk not being on his side. I would actually really dock these guys as well, by the way, because right now you're down on missiles and one of your guys is almost dead. Oh yeah, see, here come the interceptors for Coercer. Oh, he didn't catch that, but this is a fight that he definitely wins. So yeah, you want to be careful there. And he's gonna waste an entire volley on the scanner, which does not feel worth it. But there are some missile ships out, and that makes things a little bit different. Yeah, it almost is like Joke Patch, isn't it? Smokefish. You always want afterburner. Like, it turns out that the speed actually really amps your damage. Oh, and you can't do this either. Oh, this is gonna be a massacre. Oh. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Ouch. Now these guys should really dock, though, because they're out of ammo. What vets should the Smokefish have? I've been thinking about this a lot recently, actually. Because I think for units that are, like, tanky, it should be... like, units like cruisers and, like, big, you know, units like that. You should really have your veterancy give more tankiness, right? And make them, like, these big juggernaut units. But for units that you want to mass up, like Smokefish, I don't know. I think it's different. Maybe it's best to, like, increase their damage and increase their speed and things like that. So... But Matrix Commander is a tried and true upgrade for air units, so you know that's always an option. Here come the strike fighters for Coercer. They're launching into a missile ship. This is actually a really nice tactic to keep your anti-air near your opponent's carrier. Oh, and it's gonna be a massacre too. You have to deal with this eventually. Ah, and you can't do it like this. No. Ah! No! The bombers are just killing the siege cruiser over there, by the way. Okay, they do finally kill off this missile ship, but look, he's out of ammo now. Like, he has to dock. I guess actually he had one more volley left, but... Oh no, this base runner even can kill him. Oh no, you can't do this. Oh. You think you can do these things, but you can't, Nemo. This is a massacre. Fortunately, the bombers for Cookies wasted a little bit against the, whatchamacallit, the PC over here, but... Coercer, however, he does have his carrier with 3 artifacts, power 1, so he's got some power to work with here. Would be great to see him invest into power 2, because clearly this is kind of like his thing right now, is just this carrier. But the problem is you really need ground-based anti-air to fight this kind of thing, because eventually the bombers are just going to dump all this damage into you. And you can see even these base runners are getting kills. Afterburner was teched by Cookies, by the way, so I'm happy about that, but this interceptor here just does... he's lost. He doesn't know where he is. He's gonna fall. Yeah. And these bombers, man, like, they're gonna just... they're gonna hurt a lot. At this point, I think recharge upgrade is pretty valuable, but... yeah, these base runners are gonna be short-lived here. I think he's trying like this vanilla thing where you use the mass base runner to do the healing on your carrier, but... and it's true, yeah, recharge affects the interceptors, so you really like to have that upgrade. Something that Coalition doesn't have access to at all, you know? High ground assault ships, that actually hurts the carrier interacting quite a bit. Barrage being used by the missile ship too, and I happen to know there are some heavy railguns out here as well. But like, the bombers are going to do a lot of the damage here. And that's why I'm saying recharge upgrade would be good, but Cookies has a huge float, by the way. Oh my gosh. There's an ocean of CUs under our feet, and only I can get at it! I guess that's true, but it certainly doesn't in Jaraci. Yeah, and this carrier for Coercer definitely has the... Actually, no, I take it back. I don't think he has the power advantage, but even with it, you know, he would have died there. Very, very unfortunate to watch air battle, I would say, but it is Cookies who comes out the victor there. And I think we'll move on to the next one and try to forget that this happened. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. Catch you in the next one.